16-5 finish to the first half, now leading by 3. Kevin Lee, Dr. John Giannini, the former LaSalle coach. When we talked about it coming in, Dayton is the 11-6 team. The Bonnies are 6-11, but Dayton has not been able to win on the road. The Bonnies don't lose at home.
If Dayton wants to make a championship run, these are the kind of games they have to win. And in the Bonnies' case, they've won games this year, but no one against a top 100 opponent like Dayton. So someone's going to make a statement here today.
Well, early on, it looked kind of dark for the home team because Oshuniyi went down with an early injury. At one point, it was 11-2 for Dayton. Yeah, but then Oshuniyi comes back in.
Looking at the fall, it clearly looks like a strain, or they would have let him play. And then his first play back in the game, the emphatic dunk, and then the Subway choice moment, the momentum-making block at the end of the half.
And right after this, there were some words exchanged between the two teams. Looked like it started with Stockard and Toppin. You talked to the officials, nothing all that extreme that needs to be dealt with.
It was normal competitive emotions according to the officials. Nothing that would rise to the level of a potential technical foul.
Saw Jalen Crutcher in there a little bit as well. So that just adds to the enthusiasm and the tension building in this game. It's been almost 2 years since St. Bonaventure has lost here in conference at home. Coming in, most people would say Dayton has the clear upper hand when you consider the injury situation and the way the seasons have been going. But the Bonnies holding tough in the early going. Oshuniyi misses the first look of the second half. Here come the Flyers, now trailing by 3 after leading almost the entire first half. Crutcher will step back, won't clear it. Davis was scoreless in the first half. Co-A10 player of the week. And Landers comes up short on a bunny. Welch, the freshman, hit a 3 in the first half. Stockard, the top scorer, with 13 in the first half for the Bonnies. Cunningham had 11. Mikesell had 9 for Dayton. Shot clock is at 8. Griffin with the fadeaway. Landers goes high to get that. He's their leading rebounder.
Good defense on both ends. People are winning one-on-one battles defensively.
And there's Davis getting on the board.
That's his first 3 of the game. He's been on fire coming into this game, shooting 55% on threes in Atlanta 10 play. He's 1 for 5 now today.
He seems to be kind of an all-or-nothing shooter at times. He's trying to get the all back after nothing in the first half. Lofton will trigger one. Oshuniyi keeps it alive, but can't get it. And Davis comes the other way for the Flyers. Off the screen, all the way to the basket. Not happening this time. And now the freshman pushes ahead for the Bonnies in a tie game. Welch out of the corner. Nice save by Lofton after Oshuniyi kept it alive.
Yeah, Oshuniyi helped make that last shot on the Dayton and miss, even though he didn't get the block, and bounce back up for the rebound.
So what kind of confidence does St. Bonaventure have now that they know for 20 minutes they can play with this team even though they're shorthanded? Griffin gets inside nicely to put the Bonnies back up by 2.
They're feeding off their success and the crowd. And Griffin and Stockard are extremely battle-tested, and these 3 freshmen are stepping up.
And now Crutcher hits another pull-up up top to put the Flyers back in front.
He's so good at that 3 against the dribble. Made the game winner against UMass on that exact shot. You have to pick him up early and make him uncomfortable. If he's comfortable, he's going to do some damage.
Welch with 9 to shoot. Griffin attacks, cut off, back to Welch. He'll have to make something happen. Baseline, spots the open man. Lofton will drive and miss the floater. And now Mikesell comes the other way with Dayton back up by 1. Oh, Crutcher was trying to feed Landers on the run. A little bit behind him, turnover.
Yeah, that's an uncharacteristic play for Crutcher. One of the best assist-to-turnover ratio people in the A10. He doesn't make that kind of pass very often.
Both teams took pretty good care of it in the first half. 6 turnovers for Dayton. That's not too bad. The Bonnies had only 2. That's exceptional.
Lofton's point guard play has a lot to do with that. Everything begins with him. He initiates the offense.
And that's a nice action, getting an open shot for Stockard. It's down and out.
Yeah, Lofton was 0 turnovers so far from that point guard position, handling the ball a lot.
Lofton reaches in. I enjoyed watching Yeshuniyi there, just there for your help. That's a good blanket to have if you're a point guard defensively.
No, St. Bonaventure is in pretty good shape the next 4 years at the point guard and center positions with Lofton and Oshuniyi.
Crutcher will step back again. This is a contested three that's down and out. Stockard down the left side of the lane, hits the pull-up. And the Bonnies are back in front by 1.
Well, Stockard's a go-to guy. He relishes in a moment like this.
Okay, so even though we know about the home road thing, the Bonnies great here at home. Dayton struggles a bit on the road. Do you think that many people not associated with these teams really would have said the Bonnies have a good chance in this one?
With the injuries, even I was very suspect of it. But their 3 freshmen starting have played really well.
Partially deflected by Stockard, and it's going to end up in a shot clock violation. Strong start to the second half for the home team. Stockard doing it on the offensive end, helping the Bonnies to lead by 1.
Here's your Buick, sir. Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have a roof rack. This is my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Celebrate the new year with Buick. Now pay no interest for 72 months on most Buick models.
It's a good thing we didn't eat these under the ceiling fan.
Great news. Liberty Mutual customized.
I deliver the news around here. Sources say Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Over to you, Logo.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Peloton is now everywhere. Introducing Peloton Digital. Live studio classes like you've never taken them before. Anytime, anywhere, on any equipment. Peloton Digital is here.
You'll light candles with strangers the day you arrive and extinguish them with lifelong friends the day you leave this place. A place that will transform your life, inside and outside the classroom. A place where you'll learn to care about each other and about others you never imagined caring about. A place where people help you believe in yourself. For 160 years, St. Bonaventure University has helped good students become great people.
Second half, St. Bonaventure leads Dayton by 1 at the Riley Center. Bob Lanier Court. And last year, the Bonnies won in the NCAA for the first time since the Bob Lanier-led Bonnies went to the Final Four in 1970. And one of the reasons was Courtney Stockard. He was a star in the NCAA last year, and he's starring again here tonight.
Well, here you see his versatility, attacking the rim, but he can also knock down the three-point shot. And now Dayton is giving Stockard a high compliment. They're putting Jordan Davis on him. Jordan Davis is Dayton's best defender. Whoever he is on, that's who Dayton feels is the key to the game.
15 for Courtney Stockard so far. 1 point lead for St. Bonaventure. Neither team has had much success on the road this season. The Bonnies haven't won away from here. They're 6-11, but 6-2 on the home floor. And trying to get to 3-2 in the A-10. Dayton is 3-1 so far, coming off their first loss in conference. Nice lead down low. Stockard finds Griffin for the two-hit flush.
That's a Mark Schmidt special as a set play over there. Great screen. Great screen by Griffin. The screen forced help. And when you set a good screen and make your man help, Here comes the screen by Griffin. You see he makes Mike Sell help, which leaves him open for the dunk. You give and you'll receive. Give that good screen and you'll probably receive a bucket.
At the other end, Welch is called for the foul as 3 converged on Trey Landers. He misses the first free throw. Landers was their most improved player last year and has done well again this year. And he's a guy that really gets it done on the defensive end. He's a tough guy, physical player, but can score for you.
3rd leading rebounder in the A-10, and the only one in the top 10, 6'5". So, listen, there's a lot of fight in him. They also say he's their verbal and emotional leader.
3 out of the corner. Stockard has 18 now. And this is the biggest lead of the game for St. Bonaventure.
Jordan Davis is really going to have a personal challenge here trying to stop him that the coaches will need him to step up for.
Cunningham on the block, going to work on a Shunayee, and he took a step.
St. Bonaventure worked the last 2 days on double teaming from the strong side, and they executed the double team perfectly. Interestingly, they wait till he dribbles. If they feel if they double him when he catches it, he could still pass it up, but they wait till he dribbles and get him in an awkward position.
We've talked about the mini sets that St. Bonaventure runs. They seem more like a football team with the number of plays that they have and just picking which ones they're going to use in a particular game.
And I'm just making these up, but it's like 35 twist with a flare and 12 high with a rip. I can't keep it straight, but their players know all 100 plus of them.
Watching shoot around today, I expected to hear Omaha at some point. It felt like a football type of game. Well, they get a stop on the defensive end this time, running with a 5-point lead. 1 extra pass. Griffin way short on the spot-up jumper. He has been shooting the jumper better here recently, but not that time.
Been shooting it really well. Not so far yet today.
Dayton hasn't had a field goal in the last 3 minutes or so. They're down by 5. Cunningham, high screen and roll with Crutcher. They'll do that a lot. 5 to shoot. Cunningham will lumber his way to the lane and draw a blocking foul. Stockard is there and hits the deck, picking up his 2nd.
Shunayee knows he should not have gone for that shot fake. Cunningham's a solid shooter, but not to the point where you got to fly at him and give him an opportunity like that to drive by. He'll learn from that.
Yeah, you'll let him have that. And that's one of the things that comes with playing young players. They do exceptional things, and they do some things. And now I'm not saying that veteran players don't go for that same fake, but that's just one of the ideas as we see Toppin come back in, and that's what we've talked about too with Anthony Grant, is that Toppin makes some really impressive plays, and then sometimes he does some things that make you shake your head.
Well, there's definitely a learning curve there, and what you love about both these players, I've seen Toppin do it, and they're assuming they immediately hold themselves accountable and try to learn. Both great kids who are just going to keep getting better and better.
So Dayton can't take advantage, missing both free throws here. Is Cunningham, and now a nice move to the basket is this Shunayee. Reverse rolls this time, and Lofton reverses it off the glass.
The Lofton-Crutcher matchup is critical to this game, and the freshman more than holding his own.
And Shunayee almost forced another turnover. 7 is the advantage. Dayton led by 9 early in the game. 8 fairly late in the first half. Almost another turnover, but it's deflected, and the Flyers keep it.
I'm impressed as well by Dom Welsh's defense. The freshman getting the start today, and we haven't heard his name in any negative ways. Hasn't gotten beaten, hasn't missed any assignments, and he's known as a scorer. That's the surprising part of it, and he's a part of this good Bonaventure's team defense right now.
6 to shoot. Crutcher, and that's changed and blocked by Griffin, and the Bonnies are running the other way, up 7. Stockard will trigger, corner. Flush won't go for Griffin. That would have been big. Now Cohill the other way gets the basket for Dayton. It's a big reversal right there. That was almost down.
Cohill always gives Dayton good minutes. third on the team in plus-minus. Good things happen when he's in the game. Not a lot of depth on Dayton, but what they have is quality with Toppin and Cohill.
5 is the advantage for the Bonnies. Stocker's been hot. He's got 18. Make it 21. Triple from the right wing.
Davis has to stay attached to him. St. Bonaventure has a ton of staggered screen plays for Stockard, and there can't be any separation. Davis has to chase him all over, not help, stay attached to his hip.
Game high 8-point advantage. The answer is not there for Crutcher. Stockard with 3 threes, trying for 4, feeling it, not that time. That's a heat check.
Yeah, he was pretty confident on that. That's probably not a shot he would normally take.
Davis tries to float one home and gets a big basket for the Flyers and a chance at a 3-point play going to the break. Courtney Stockard, though, has it going for St. Bonaventure. He's got 21.
Get great deals on great gear at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Cabin Fever Sale. Like savings of 25% on XPS and Cabela's tackle bags. And save $20 on this Bass Pro tin bearing spinning combo. Your adventure starts here.
Need a change of scenery? Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites and lets you filter by takeoff time, layovers, and more. So you can be confident you're getting the right flight at the best price. Kayak. Search one and done.
For Premier League mornings on NBCSN. The new home of Supercross is NBC Sports. Don't miss a second of the heart-pounding action with every race from every stadium. Supercross is on NBC Sports.
Another bad grade?
I miss little grades and the square root of her biggest problem. I studied all week. I miss poor study skills. I stress beyond her comprehension.
We can't keep having this conversation.
It's not like I want to fail.
When low grades follow you home, Huntington can help. Huntington Learning Center helps students of all ages build the skills, confidence, and motivation to improve grades and test scores through personalized attention and proven results. Keep low grades out. Call 1-800-CAN-LEARN now.
With Zillow, you can tour homes anytime, anywhere. See the house before you see the house. And Zillow sends alerts right to your phone. That's the sweet sound of a new rental.
In the Cayman Islands, the locals are some of the friendliest you'll ever meet. And that goes for our people, too.
Find your Cayman kind with non-stop flights from several major U.S. cities.
We're headed to maybe up to 2 feet of snow in the area, but it's hot here in the gym at St. Bonaventure. 6-point lead for the Bonnies, leading Dayton in a full day in the Atlantic 10. This is the third of 4 on NBCSN, and right after us, we'll go to the Commonwealth. UMass and VCU coming up. Also, Fordham and George Mason are playing tonight, and more hoops here on NBCSN tomorrow with the Kane and George Washington.
Yeah, with my eye test split early in the year, I think there's a clear top 4 with Dayton, Davidson, St. Louis, and VCU, and then another group of challengers that can break that top 4. George Mason, Duquesne, Rhode Island, and if St. Bonaventure can keep winning at home, throw them in that group of challengers.
My feeling with St. Bonaventure is we just still don't really know what they are. They didn't have their people throughout the non-conference. They had everybody for a week back. They went 2-1 over that stretch. Well, now they're back to missing 2 key guards. This one goes a long way. This is the type of game, if they are going to stay in it, they have to win this one at home.
I would agree with that, Kevin. And I expected Stockard and Griffin to be good against this level of competition. Dayton's one of the best teams St. Bonaventure's played, but I am really impressed with Lofton holding his own, and more than holding his own against Crutcher. I'm really impressed with Welch missing 9 games due to injury, stepping in and doing a good job. And of course, Oshuniyi's always a factor around the basket. The freshmen are having an impact.
foul was on Cunningham. 12 to shoot. Step back for Lofton. That looks good. It was right in front of us, and it was dead on.
That's a big-time play in terms of skill. To get your man going back and step back and knock down a three at a big moment, big skill, big mental toughness.
Matches the game-high advantage for the Bonnies at 8. Dayton led by 9 very early in the game. Good cut. Toppin soaring over everyone, throwing it down with 2 hands.
Griffin uncharacteristically just lost vision of Toppin. And Toppin smart enough, when he sees Griffin doesn't see him, why not just cut in for a dunk?
You know, I talked about how big I think this is for St. Bonaventure. I feel the same way for Dayton. Now, they still can be in the upper echelon of the conferences. Stockard gets one to fall, but if they want to win the conference or finish in the top 2 or 3, they got to start winning on the road, and this is one of them you got to get.
Someone is coming out of here with a real strong statement today. Dayton has more realistic championship aspirations because Bonaventure lost almost 4,000 points to graduation last year. You don't do that and stay championship level. But they're doing a terrific job, as they always do in the Riley Center. Dayton does have some championship potential, but as we've said all day, they got to do it on the road.
For Anthony Grant, it's a rebuilding process. Not only did he come in and replace the very successful Archie Miller, they lost everybody before last season.
Well, they've been playing, besides Cunningham, freshmen and sophomores. Last year, Davis and Crutcher started as a freshman backcourt. This year, you see Toppin playing a lot as a freshman. Now, moving forward, they have a great recruiting class of transfers sitting out. 4 high-level transfers, and they only lose Josh Cunningham. So this program's going to just continue to take steps forward based on who's already in practice every day.
They've got transfers coming in from Florida, from Michigan, from Nebraska, and a good player from UT Chattanooga, point guard Rodney Chapman, who averaged 13 points a game for them. And these are players that played at these programs.
And interestingly, they're all a little bit different, should fit really well together.
Welch trying to put it on the floor. 4 to shoot. Lofton will have to go to work. Step back. Partially blocked. Shot clock violation. Good stop for the Flyers.
That's an example of why the Dayton coaching staff feels that Jordan Davis is their best defender. Just flat out won that one-on-one battle. His problems have been off the ball. He's been getting separated from Stockard off staggered screens, giving Stockard open looks. He has to do a better job off the ball. On the ball, he's been terrific.
That's one of the challenges for Davis. He's asked to defend the best perimeter player, but they also would like to get something offensively for him here. He travels on the catch over in the corner.
Dayton's not deep. There's a lot of responsibility on each of their starting 5. But as a player, that's how you want it. You know, I think a guy like Davis relishes in the challenge of guarding the other team's best player and knocking down shots. That's what he works for.
Davis gets a break now. Bonnie's by 7. It's a really good atmosphere here. This is a college enrollment of what, about 1,800, and about half of them consistently come to the games.
They've made their weakness into a strength. It is a remote location over here, but they've become the biggest show in town. Everyone turns out. Great atmosphere in the Riley Center.
Deep 3, Stockard. Light him up. 26 now for Courtney Stockard. One off his season high, and it's a game-high 10-point lead and a tie-up over in front of the Dayton bench. Well, the students that came back early, they've been on winter break, have been treated to one here. The locals from Olean and the village of Allegheny and here in St. Bonaventure have enjoyed this one too. It's pretty full.
There's a reason they have that 25-3 best home record in the A-10 over 3 years. 2 big plays there. Obviously, the long shot by Stockard, but Oshuniyi diving on the floor, that's a good sign from a physical point of view as well.
Plenty of shot clock. Dayton keeps it on the alternate possession, but now they have to go to work. How do they get back in this?
Usually in these situations, they go to Cunningham inside.
Mikesell, there is Cunningham. Toppin with the cut. Good find by Cunningham, and an easy put down for Toppin.
Cunningham's used to getting double teamed. Remember, when you're double teamed, someone's open. So now you could play through Cunningham. He could score. If he's doubled, he just has to find the open man.
Stockard, one off his season high. His career high is 31. He's still feeling it. Not that time. Out of bounds, taking us to a timeout with 7:46 to go. Courtney Stockard has the Bonnies in front by 8.
This is Charlie.
Hi.
This is Charlie's truck, Hank. Together, they're Charlie's Landscaping.
5 years and counting.
Charlie knows plants, but not much about hiring people to plant them.
Rules, rules, rules.
So she counts on LegalZoom for help with a lot of the legal stuff that's part of running a business.
I have a legal question. They have a legal answer.
She means we helped her incorporate and learn the ins and outs of hiring help. So Charlie and Hank can get back to beautifying yards.
Somebody needs to.
This is Charlie's dream job, and this is where life meets legal.
Wow, what a nice place.
Parking splat, and we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
It's new Create Your Own Ultimate Feast time at Red Lobster. Pick 4 of 10 favorites to create the ultimate feast you've been dreaming of, like lobster mac and cheese or tender snow crab. So hurry in before new Create Your Own Ultimate Feast ends.
On this stage, under these bright lights, the Atlantic 10 Men's Basketball Championship returns. 14 teams, 1 trophy.
Paul Burmeister back in the studio. Coming up, Game 4 of our A10 Marathon. That's Marcus Evans' practice pays off. He leads VCU in scoring this season. The Rams getting set to take on UMass. We'll get to that one after Dayton and St. Bonaventure are all done. Back to Kevin Lee and John Giannini.
Dayton led by 9 in the first half. St. Bonaventure is led by 10 here in the second half. 8 points as we start to head towards the finish. Kevin Lee and Dr. John Giannini, we talked before about how difficult it is to win in this building. It's been 2 years since they've lost here in the A10.
And with starting 3 freshmen and 2 veteran players out, you'd have to think it would be hard for them to match up. But the freshmen have responded. They're feeding off this Riley Center energy. For Dayton, if you're going to have a championship season, it's these kind of games that provide defining moments. These are the separators, winning in tough places like this.
And Dayton does have 2 of those wins here, and they have controlled the head-to-head, winning 9 of the last 10 against St. Bonaventure, and the last 3 overall. But right now, it's the home Bonnies. Dayton going to work. Mikesell has been quiet after scoring 9 quickly in the first half. Misses, and then a foul on the rebound on Toppin of the Flyers.
Huge factor in this game. St. Bonaventure only with 2 turnovers, and the bulk of the ball handling by the freshman by Kyle Lofton, who still has 0 turnovers. And look at the pressure that he's facing. He's faced this all game and not lost the ball once.
But now they're going to ramp it up even more, aren't they? It's starting to get... I guess the question is, how urgent are you getting if you're Dayton right now?
I think Dayton's very urgent.
Okay.
And on that press, Lofton used a reverse dribble to find the open man, a veteran move.
Down to 8 to shoot. Stockard has 26, driving, and he's bumped before he gets to the basket.
Foul called on Jalen.
And that's only the 4th on Dayton.
That is his 2nd and the 3rd team foul for the Flyers.
Check that 3.
I'm eager to see what St. Bonaventure runs. Most teams you have an idea, but with the 100-plus sets on Bonnie, you have no idea.
So how do you defend that? What's the game plan coming in to a team like this?
This concept right here, no matter what they run, Chase Stockard off his staggers. That's one of the concepts. No matter what they run, it ends up like that.
Stockard misses on the drive. Dayton down by 8 on the run. Mike Sell, spot up, 3 is good. That's a big one for the Flyers to cut it to 5.
Big momentum shot. Mike Sell had a great first half, a little bit quiet in the second half here. But that gets his whole team going.
First scoring for Mike Sell really since about the midpoint of the first half. He's got a dozen now. Stockard has been the hot hand. Driving. Flipping it up with the left hand. He changed direction in the air. Season high 28 points for Courtney Stockard. And it's back to a 7-point Bonnie's lead. Crutcher getting to the free throw line at the other end on the drive down the right side of the lane.
The Stockard basket was toughness against toughness. He had Landers on him. Landers, you see number 3 Landers, very strong, very quick. 2 of the most physically tough guys in the A-10, and Stockard winning that battle, willing himself to the rim and finishing.
Trying to come back, you got to hit free throws. Crutcher misses one here. Landers gets a break. Jordan Davis back in.
So Dayton's free throw shooting this year, not as strong as you would like. Shooting only 68% from the line.
Well, the 2 good for Crutcher. He has 7 points. And now the Bonnies give it away right in front of the coach.
Welsh has been playing great. He certainly doesn't try to miss that ball, but those are the kind of plays you expect from anyone throughout the course of a game, and sometimes a freshman might be a little bit more prone, but that's the first time we've mentioned his name in terms of that kind of freshman error. He's been doing a great job.
Dayton with the ball, trailing by 6, under 6 to play. Cunningham down the block, doubled, in some trouble, got out of it. Crutcher 3, air ball, and the Bonnies running the other way. Stockard trying to thread the needle, stolen from him. Griffin trying to take it back. Now the Flyers clear it. O'Shunahy denies, but is called for the foul as Cunningham rises.
That was a wild, energetic sequence.
Yes, it was.
Lots of loose balls, guys flying all over the floor. Both of these teams showing great energy and passion.
Cunningham back at the line. The only senior that plays meaningful minutes. Strong on this one.
Cunningham only 59% from the line going into this game. This has been something that's plagued him this season. He's about 10 percentage points below what he has shot in his past years at Dayton.
How mental is free throw shooting? Because you know he's got the stroke.
He started out really poor, then hit a stretch where he made a sequence. I believe he went 11 for 11 in one stretch, and he said himself, it's just confidence.
Timeout with 5:12 to play, and a 5-point advantage. Who's going to prevail here at St. Bonaventure? It's a tight one going to the finish.
Beyond.
Get great deals on great gear at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Cabin Fever Sale. Like savings of 33% or more on select men's and ladies' tops and bottoms. And new price breaks on select national brand outerwear for the family.
Seriously, what is this? New Listerine Ready tabs aren't gum, mints, or marbles. If you guessed they're tabs that turn into liquid as you chew, so you can swish and clean your whole mouth instantly, then you were correct. And that was
was a really good guess. Nice job.
Has the king gone crazy? He's offering 10 crispy, juicy white meat chicken nuggets for just $1. Yep, the king's lost his marbles. 10 nuggets for $1. Only at Burger King.
This is a payday bar, and there's only one thing you need to know about it. It has a truckload of peanuts surrounding sweet caramel. I mean, holy... Look at all those peanuts. Best part is it helps you get through your day. Payday. Get to it.
Doug! Doug! Douglas! We're running dangerously low on beans! People love your beans, Doug. They love them. You want to go sell some tacos?
Progressive knows small business makes big demands.
Doug! Where do we get a replacement chili pepper bulb?
So we'll design the insurance solution that fits your business.
It's a very niche bulb. It's a specialty bulb.
Hockey's greatest showmen go head-to-head in the heart of Silicon Valley for the 2019 Honda NHL All-Star Weekend, Friday at 9:30 Eastern on NBCSN. It's the skills event. Then next Saturday at 8, they face off for some 3-on-3 action on NBC. Are you ready to play? I am not. I would not be good at that since I can't ice skate. Other than that, I think I'd be an exceptional hockey player.
Other than that?
Other than that. Just one small drawback. So we've got a good one here at St. Bonaventure. 5-point game, 5:12 to play. What do you make of the numbers we've seen so far, John?
Dayton, one of the best field goal percentage teams in the country. Dayton shot over 50% against Virginia, the best defensive team in the country, but not here today. We said St. Bonaventure can't outscore Dayton, but they can out-defend them. And that's exactly what they're doing.
And they have valued the basketball. Just 4 turnovers. Stockard already has a season-high 28. Wave this one off on the drive. A foul.
That was an isolation play out of the timeout, clearing out a whole side for Stockard. Dayton trying something different now with Mike Sell on Stockard. They've tried Landers. They've tried Davis. Now Mike Sell trying to find the answer.
And 3 on Mike Sell. Good cut underneath. Griffin gets it to go over Toppin. That's a tough get.
Griffin's only 6'6". Toppin's a great 6'9" athlete. That was strength and will on that finish. Another outstanding set play out of Ensemble. Flex cut for a layup.
Foul off the ball. I think Welch holding there. Third on Welch, and the Bonnies are over the limit. So 1-1 here for Ryan Mikesell. Got it.
So in A-10 games, Dayton shooting 63% from the line, 11 out of the 14 teams. This is something they're going to have to do to win these close games on the road, make some free throws.
5-point game. Their best free throw shooter, Mikesell, hits them both. Landers is back in. Mikesell gets a break with 14 points.
Davis is denying Lofton. Lofton has to watch out not to push off. He got a little bit emotional there. He could get an offensive foul pushing off.
And there were some words exchanged between the two teams as they headed to the locker room at the half. And the momentum changed at the end of the first half. Dayton controlled, but a 16-5 finish by the Bonnies gave them a 3-point lead at the break. They're up 5 now as we start to head to the finish. And Stockard sends it over to Griffin for a right-hand tomahawk and one.
So many great things about this play. Stockard driving hard, finding the open man, and then Griffin just has to be an athlete attacking the rim with ferocity. It all started in the backcourt, though, with Lofton beating the track, just simply taking care of the ball, delivering it to Stockard, who then gets it to Griffin for the finish.
And when a guy's got 28, they're expecting him to let it fly. He finds Griffin, 8-point game. What does Dayton have for an answer here? Toppin screen and roll. He's been quiet. He's got 6 points, hitting all 3 shots. Cunningham fouled on the catch in the corner. Is Ashuniyi frustrated at the call or at himself?
I think at the call, but this is such a test for Dayton. Testing this strong St. Bonaventure team, this Raleigh Center arena. Remember, they just lost a heartbreaker on the road to an outstanding VCU team in another amazing environment. So
that was a great game.
The pro coaches will tell you there's nothing tougher than back-to-back road games, and Dayton may have the two toughest A-10 road games back-to-back right here. So this is a test for them. If they can pass this test, it could be the start of a run for them.
Two big free throws by Cunningham, and Dayton doesn't go deep. They play 7 or 8, so that's challenging. And now the Bonnies are in that situation, too, with 2 more players unavailable today that they haven't been able to go as deep. Under 4 minutes left, 6 points, St. Bonaventure lead at home, where they've not lost in the Atlantic 10 in nearly 2 years. Lofton misses a 3 up top. Offensive rebound for Stockard, his first double-double of the season. 5th of his career, make that 4th of his career, but now a turnover. Toppin, catch, and an easy lay-in at the other end, and it's a 4-point contest.
First turnover of the game, Crutcher taking on a challenge.
The freshman point guard is up for a challenge.
He needs to go at Toppin here. Don't let a 6'9" guy guard you.
Right side for Welch. The freshman against the best defender for Dayton, and he is just stripped, leading the top and coming the other way. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, and a chance at a 3-point play for Landers. It started with Jordan Davis getting after it on the floor, and a chance now for Dayton to cut it to 1. We're going to the finish from St. Bonaventure. Stay with us.
Here's your Buick, sir. Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have a roof rack. This is my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Celebrate the new year with Buick. Now pay no interest for 72 months on most Buick models.
McDonald's 2 for $5 mix and match deal is back with a remixed lineup. And it's time to crank things up with a new headliner. The fresh beef quarter pounder with cheese. Also starring the Big Mac, 10-piece chicken McNuggets, and the filet of fish. Whichever duo you go with, it's a win-win. Mix your choice of 2 favorites on the remixed 2 for $5 mix and match deal. Now featuring the quarter pounder with cheese. Only at McDonald's.
The Fix Finder tool from AutoZone is a fast source of relief. It tells you what's the most likely fix for your engine light on the spot. For her, a gas cap. For them, new spark plugs. Need a repair shop? We can help with that too. So, how will the AutoZone Fix Finder help you?
I can't tell you who I am or what I witnessed, but I can tell you Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance so I only pay for what I need. No.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
1 hour pickup order?
Got it.
We're out of ink and I have a big meeting today.
And 2 boxes of Twizzlers.
For the team.
The team?
Go team.
Know what's better than overnight shipping? Free 1 hour pickup when you order online or on our app. At Office Depot Office Max.
Red Lobster's new weekday win menu is here. 5 days, 5 deals for $15. Get a different deal every weekday till 6 p.m. Like Endless Shrimp Monday, Admiral's Feast Tuesday, 4-Course Feast Wednesday, and more. 5 days, 5 deals, $15. See you before 6.
Paul Burmeister back in the studio. And coming up, it's our 4th A-10 game of the day. Lawan Pipkins leads UMass in scoring, and he's second in the conference. The Minutemen getting set to take on VCU. We'll get you to that one after Dayton and St. Bonaventure are all done. Back to Kevin Lee and John Giannini.
Well, after St. Bonaventure led by 10, a flurry by the Flyers has them within 2 and a chance to cut it to 1. And another development for St. Bonaventure, that's Courtney Stockard, who has a season-high 28. He just made it back to the bench, spent most of it on the floor during this timeout.
These players are literally leaving everything they have out there on the court. When Dayton was down 10, Kevin, you wondered how they would respond. Their defense has answered the challenge. They've upped their pressure. They normally don't try to turn you over. They stop you from scoring, but they upped their pressure to try to create some turnovers, and that changed the momentum of this game for them.
And Stockard is now walking back towards the locker room. He just sat at the end of the last play, maybe cramps, maybe something else, but they'll go back and try to treat him and see if he can come back and finish this. When meanwhile, Landers has 11, converts the three-point play, and it's a one-point game with under 3 minutes to go here in the A-10. Tipped up, Oshunei, second time no. One more try by Okoli, and he's going to shoot free throws just back in the game for Stockard, and Okoli has a chance now to make a difference at the free throw line, where he shot only 6 this season and hit 3. He's not a shooter.
Okoli got a basket in the first half. Here he gets a big offensive rebound. Wasn't expected to play much before Caputo and Poyser come down with their concussion symptoms, but he's making big plays in a close game. A lot of credit for him keeping himself ready for this moment.
16-7 Dayton run. That slows it to get them from 10 back to within 1. Now it's a 2-point game as the freshman from Los Angeles, Alpha Okoli, hits the free throw and has one more to come.
The fourth St. Bonaventure freshman to really have a positive impact on this game.
Missed the second. 2:45 left. 2-point game. The Bonnies have led most of the second half. The Flyers led most of the first.
Need to get this double.
One-on-one with Oshunei. Cross court, open shooter. Crutcher hits a huge triple to put Dayton back up by 1.
We said good passers make good shooters. You can't get a better skip pass out of the post than what Cunningham just threw to Davis. Right in the shot pocket, Davis knocks it down.
Lofton off the screen. Welch skips it to Oshunei, and Griffin going to work. 5, spins, and that is swatted off the glass by Toppin. Crutcher, left hand, no, tip up won't go, and Welch with the rebound. Bonnies with the ball, under 2 minutes, down 1. Welch, 3, no. Griffin is there, taken away from him. Just stripped by Landers, and Dayton has it with a 1-point lead.
Landers not only leads them in rebounding, he gets opportune ones.
Timeout. Just over a minute and a half to go from St. Bonaventure.
Need a change of scenery? Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites and filters by cabin class, Wi-Fi, and more, so you can be confident you're getting the right flight at the best price. Kayak. Search one and done.
It's a good thing we didn't eat these under the ceiling fan.
It was crushing. Okay. A minute 32 to go. 1-point game. Dayton leading St. Bonaventure. All right, you're the coach. We're going to get to that in a moment after we take a look inside the locker room, or just outside of it, with Stockard being attended to.
Stockard's been the best player in this game, and there's only so many guys you could have get hurt. And that certainly, I think, was a shift in the momentum towards Dayton's favor. But Dayton's defense has been fueling this comeback. And listen, coaches talk forever. To win a championship, you have to get stops, especially stops at crunch time. What I would be saying in the timeout now is, hey, if they don't score, we win. I expect Dayton to get Cunningham a touch, because not only can he score, he could draw the double team and pass out of it. He's really gotten in a rhythm with his passing here in the second half. A couple dunks for Toppin, then the 3 for Davis.
Stockard is back in the game. We'll keep an eye on him. He starts out defensively as Mike Sell triggers with plenty of time to shoot. Crutcher, who hit the go-ahead 3 a moment ago. Mike Sell now with it on the wing, trying to post Cunningham. One-on-one with Ashuni with some help now against 3 gray shirts, and he draws a foul. Cunningham going back to the line where he just hit a pair not that long ago. And for Ashuni, that's going to be number 5, I think. It is. So a huge swing. And the freshman from New Jersey heads over to the side.
What Cunningham does on this, watch him step between and split the trap. The 2 freshmen cannot allow that. You got to bring your feet together. You can't let someone split between you on the trap like that.
I'm not going to say it's a bad call, but I understand why Ashuni is frustrated. He looked like he was pretty straight up there.
There was nothing obvious on that play.
So Amadi Ekpezi comes back in.
Remember, Ekpezi's battle-tested. Played a lot in last year's NCAA tournament run. Now Cunningham has to make some pressure free throws. Coming into this game only shooting 59% from the line.
Cunningham shooting 2, and he's really flat on that one. You can tell when someone leans over the lane like that, they never felt comfortable there.
Early in the year when he was struggling, he said it was simply confidence. He has to have his routine here, take a deep breath, and act like it's practice.
Second one, that one's too strong, and Ekpezi gets the rebound and is fouled. Toppin checked out of the game. Landers checked in for him, who's actually their leading rebounder, and he is called trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, Ekpezi, a big, strong player, comes through on that rebound. He shoots in the 50s, too. You got some big guys who are not necessarily great free throw shooters in some pressure situations here.
And not a lot of free throw attempts. 1 of 2 today, so that makes him 11 of 20 on the season. Ekpezi, true on the lefty stroke to tie it. Shooting for the lead. Yes, off the front of the iron. 2 huge clutch free throws for Amadi Ekpezi from Buffalo.
Huge is an understatement.
1-point game. The home Bonnies haven't lost here in conference in almost 2 years, and they're clinging to the advantage. But Crutcher gives it back to Dayton again. He hit the 3 to give them their first lead in a while, and now puts the Flyers back up by 1. Timeout, 55 seconds to go at St. Bonaventure.
We're in a small room.
What? Welcome.
A bigger room?
How many of you use car insurance?
Oh.
Well, what if I showed you this?
Ho, ho, ho!
Wow.
It's a computer.
We compare rates to help you get the price and coverage that's right for you.
That's amazing. The only thing that would make this better is if my mom were here.
What an unexpected ending!
Under a minute to go in what's turned out to be a brilliant game in southwestern New York, and Jalen Crutcher. Johnny has just 12 points, but he has the 2 biggest baskets of the game for the Flyers.
At Dayton, they call clutch time, Crutcher time. And right now, St. Bonaventure has to go for 2-for-1 strategy here. If they could get a shot in the 40 to 45 second range on the big clock, it means they'll get the ball back for a second chance to score. 2-for-1 would definitely be a good move here.
The home team with the ball, now down by 1. Dayton trying to end a 14-game in-conference win streak. Stockard fouled on the jumper. And a chance to put the Bonnies back in front.
Coach Schmidt went to Stockard, the best player in this game, at crunch time, and they did it to take advantage of the 2-for-1 timing. There you see the contact on the wrist, and they get 2 free throws, and they're going to get the ball back as well. It couldn't have gone better for St. Bonaventure.
Stockard gets the first, 29, a season high, 2 away from his career high. Toppin back in. Griffin will come down to match up with him. Stockard was out for a while. Went back to the training room. Maybe dealing with cramps. Second free throw. Another big pair of free throws. And St. Bonaventure leads again by 1. Dayton will come into the front court and call timeout. With 41 and 9/10 left, the Flyers have the ball, trailing by 1. So what is Anthony Grant trying to dial up here? Also keeping in mind, he has that chance to go 2 for 1.
Yeah, I think it'll be hard for him to get a really good 2 for 1 here. You don't want to get the ball back at the end with just 4 or 5 seconds. So I think they got to get the best shot possible. I would see, again, clutch time is Crutcher time, some kind of ball screen or handoff action for Crutcher, because not only can he make the shot, he can get the assist. You have 2 ways of getting this bucket with the ball in Crutcher's hands.
And remember, St. Bonaventure does not have their defensive stopper underneath. 6'10 freshman Oshunnihi has fouled out. They've still got Griffin down there at 6'6". They've still got the sturdy 6'10", 245 Amadi Ekpezi. But Oshunnihi sitting on the side. You know him well. He was set to come to LaSalle to play for you. Unfortunately, he can do nothing but cheer the rest of the way. Dayton with the ball, down by 1 at St. Bonaventure. Mikesell down to Toppin for an easy one. And the Flyers in front again by 1. And the Bonnies will take the timeout with 30 and 3/10 left and only a little more than 3 seconds separating the game and shot clock. What happened on that play?
It was a simple screen across the lane. They got Griffin on the good screen. Here comes the screen. You see Griffin going over the top of it. A simple, well-designed play that got a wide-open look for Toppin. Nothing more complicated than a screen across. Looked like Griffin wasn't expecting it. We weren't expecting it. We were thinking Crutcher or Cunningham, and they go to Toppin.
Toppin is 5 for 5. He's had an 11 for 11 game this season. We talked a lot about Oshunnihi. Toppin has burst on the scene. I think his first 3 baskets were dunks of his college career. He's got a chance to be special.
He absolutely does. He has elite athleticism. People talk about the dunks, but coming into this game, he shot 51% on non-dunks, so he doesn't have to dunk the ball to score it.
And he's had some this year that make you jump out of your chair. These, I'm telling you, are actually pedestrian in his portfolio. But they're still pretty fun to watch.
Well, he dunks with ferocity and joy.
He did one where he went between the legs on the way up. I'm not sure that was really cheered on the bench. At least by at least one guy on the bench.
At least he made it, and that was at a close time. The other dunk of the year for him, he got a lob from Crutcher that he wasn't in position for, that he dunked backwards in midair over his head. Elite athlete, but that time, the play was very fundamental. This I would suspect Stockard off some kind of staggered screen.
1 point Dayton lead. St. Bonaventure has the ball. Trying to win for the 15th straight time in conference at home.
Dayton in zone, mixing it up, taking away whatever set they had designed.
11 on the shot clock. Stockard has scored 30 off the high screen. Floater and a foul. Lofton is getting to the foul line with 9 6/10 left. So the freshman will have to shoot a pair.
Lofton made a play. He split a gap, drove the gap. You see the gap right there. He drives it to draw the foul, but before Lofton saw that opening, they were stymied. The change to zone was very effective by Coach Grant. Lofton just bailed out the Bonnies.
And Lofton missed the free throw as Landers goes out and Davis back in for Dayton. Lofton is a good free throw shooter. 82%. But I'm not sure how much the percentages matter right now. To tie it with 9 6/10 left. The freshman Kyle Lofton hits it. Crutcher will hit the timeline with 5 and call the timeout. That's the final timeout for the Flyers. Tie game, 4 4/10 to go.
How about the mental toughness of Lofton as a freshman to make that free throw to tie the game?
Especially after you missed the first one. That makes that second one so much harder.
You know, great physical effort from both teams today. So much passion, mental, physical toughness, both on display. Now, this will be fascinating to see what Coach Grant draws up over here. I'll still stick with Cunningham or Crutcher, but there could be an early option for a back screen and a lob to top it.
That's one thing with this team. It's very difficult to say where you're going to go because they've got 5 guys that score in double figures.
I'm looking here. Let's see if Crutcher back screens topping, then comes off for a handoff or some kind of action himself.
Mikesell will trigger. He's a great passer. 4 4/10 left in a tie game at St. Bonaventure. Crutcher up top, off the screen. Leans in for a 3 off the front iron, and we go to overtime. I don't feel like they got a great look that one. They did get a look, and at least you get one, but it just didn't feel fluid. St. Bonaventure, give them credit for defending it.
You took the words out of my mouth, Kevin. Here you see Griffin. Look at the discipline not to foul. To be big, he knows he's got a size advantage against Crutcher. He just uses his length, makes sure he challenges that shot without fouling. St. Bonaventure with the huge defensive stop, and we're treated to 5 more minutes of 2 teams fighting their hearts out, trying to make a statement.
I'm okay with that. This has been really entertaining. And for Dayton, it's their first overtime game of the year. The Bonnies have already lost 2 heartbreakers in extra time.
If there's anything in terms of momentum that I'd have to lean towards, it would be Dayton. I think that with Orsini following out, and with Stockard cramping up, and with Caputo and Poyser out due to concussion for this game, Dayton is certainly depleted coming off that intense game at VCU, but just in terms of depth and numbers, they might have a little bit more energy left than the Bonnies. But anything that's achieved in this game is absolutely going to have to be earned.
And the Bonnies' overtime losses came in the opener, a 3-point loss here to Bucknell, and in double overtime at Vermont. Both these teams play pretty good non-conference schedule. Dayton has played a really strong non-conference schedule.
Yeah, Dayton, 4 of their 6 losses are to teams that have been nationally ranked this year. Virginia, obviously a potential national championship contender. Auburn, a potential Final Four team. Mississippi State, you know, they've played the best of the best. Oklahoma, so more than battle-tested. But, Kevin, you mentioned earlier, we really haven't seen the real St. Bonaventure team for very long because Griffin and Stockard have only been playing together the last month and rounding themselves into shape coming off their injuries.
Yeah, remember, Stockard couldn't play basketball all summer. He had knee surgery last spring after that brilliant NCAA tournament. All right.